Hey guys! So I want to start by addressing two questions that I often hear from you all. The first is, how do I get an audience? How do I get more people to know about what I'm doing? And second, really, how many people do I need to be following me in order to be an influencer? And that's what I've designed this course around, is to help you answer those questions. And I want to give you a little taste for what's going to come in this course. But I'm going to start by sharing a story of my own. This year, I took a trip of a lifetime with my best friend. We went to Iceland on an all expenses paid trip. For 8 days and nights, we were treated to spa treatments, all-day excursions like ice climbing and snowmobiling and food tours. The whole trip would have been thousands of dollars outside of our budget. I did this without having hundreds of thousands of followers, without being a travel-specific blogger, and without having any team behind me. I was able to do that because I was considered an influencer. And I think that that trip really speaks to why a lot of us aspire to have that status. It's not about having this massive following just for the sake of having numbers. It's about the freedom that following allows us to do more of what we love. So, what exactly does it mean to be an influencer? Now, this is where I'll tell you to grab your pen and notepad, because I define an influencer by three things. One, it's someone who provides expertise. Two, someone who creates valuable content to share that expertise. And three, someone who has gained a loyal audience who wants to learn from what they have to share. It's the combination of these three things that enables them to influence or spark others into action. And it's that ability to get others to do something that makes influencers so attractive to others who want to work with them, whether it's brands, the media, or even other influencers. So generally speaking, building up an area of expertise is a fundamental first step. Now, you might say, what about the Kardashian model? Can't I just be an influencer for being me? And yes, the truth is, in some instances that works, but it's a hell of a gamble to take, and there are much more strategic ways to go about it. So now you might be asking, what if I don't have an expertise in anything? And I'm going to stop you right there, because I'm going to tell you that simply isn't true. Your problem isn't lacking in expertise, it's lacking in understanding of what you're good at. If you find yourself in that position, here are two tricks you can do. First, ask your friends and family what they come to you for advice on. Second, when you wake up tomorrow, notice as you go through your day what you do that comes very easily, or what people might compliment you on. And this can be anything. It could be that you make an amazing breakfast at work and everyone asks how you do that. Or that you have an awesome ponytail and everyone wants to know how you do that thing with your hair. Or maybe you're the one that's always great at finding the right words to settle disagreements between coworkers. Really, the options here are endless. When you join the course, I will actually give you a worksheet that will help you work through how to figure out what your expertise is. Now, once you figure out what your expertise is, the next part is to start telling people. And that's done by crafting your brand story. Your brand story is the narrative that you will tell to people to let them know who you are, what you do, and what value that you bring. Now, ensuring that that story is actually believable is the role of creating credibility, something else that we'll dive deep into in the course. Now, the second tenet of becoming an influencer is creating valuable content. And it's through this content that you'll be able to share your expertise and your brand story with an audience. Now, if you look up the 1% rule of internet culture, you'll find that about 1% of people out there are actually responsible for creating original content, while the other 99% simply consume it. By simply setting yourself apart as someone who creates content, you're setting yourself up as someone who has the ability to influence others. So now your next argument might be, what if there are already like 1 million people who have the same expertise that I do? And I'm going to bring this back to an interview that I did with Karen Rabinovitz, who is founder of Digital Brand Architects. And she said, we never think that there's not enough room for another band or musician. We only think that if it's another band or musician who's playing the exact same music as everybody else. And that's the same for influencers. There's always room for another voice, as long as that voice has something unique to say. That unique voice is what will make your content stand out. It's the way that only you can speak with your audience. It's the art of storytelling, and it comes to life through the mediums you choose to express yourself. Both will help you carve out an ownable space in what might otherwise seem like an overcrowded room of expertise. And the third pillar of becoming an influencer is attracting a loyal audience. These are the people who are going to come to you to hear your message, to learn from, be inspired by, or maybe even just entertained by what you have to share. When treated right, they are so much more than fans. They are your community and your ambassadors. And they are the ones who will give you the potential to have an incredible impact in the world with what you do. So you might be saying, Jen, that's the part that I can't seem to crack. And unfortunately, no, I can't offer you a magic solution to that. But I can teach you some specific strategies to help you build on what you've already established and see some real growth. And that's exactly what we're going to start going into in this course. I want to teach you what I've learned about becoming an influencer, and that's really about finding an area of expertise, creating compelling content around a really strong brand story, and then leveraging that to be able to do more of what you love by growing an audience and a following around you. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. You can email me or you can hit me up on social media at Toast Meets Jam. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love for you to join me in this course. Thanks so much, guys. I'm really looking forward to it.